Here we go. Hello, hi everyone. It's been oh my god, I've like aged, I've aged way too much since I have done one of these. But hi everyone, I haven't done like oh my god, I used to do these like every night for quite a long time, but now I barely do anything on YouTube anymore. It's actually a really bad situation. But hi there, everybody. You guys are the lucky last people to see me tonight. I've been on Instagram, TikTok, and then now here on YouTube Live to talk about the social media ban, which will be coming into effect in about 27 minutes' time. So there's not a lot of time to go with that. So we're gonna do, this is the final countdown. I put it on my Instagram stories. It's the final countdown and all that jazz. So welcome everyone. I can't believe why I'm still this active at this time of night. I'm surprised how this is how this is going. But yeah, so in 27 minutes, if you are under 16, if you watch me on TikTok and Instagram, that's the end. You don't watch me anymore. You won't be able to watch me comment anything like that until you turn 16 and then your account magically comes back. Whoop de doo. But there is I'm going to change the lighting a bit here. Here we go. So make things a bit better. Why is this okay? So my house is a mess at the moment, so we're just gonna move this around, make it slightly better. It just puts me in a very awkward angle, but we'll make it work. So this is really bad. Someone's going to get a telling off tonight. But yeah, so we, at the moment, so Instagram, TikTok, you lose me forever. Bye bye. That's the end. I'm done. Well, you're done. I'm 19 now, so I keep going, but for some of you, and I've been seeing a lot of, especially a lot of some of the other transport enthusiast channels as well. There's been, I've seen a lot of the concern at the moment with the social media ban coming into place, and especially for a lot of the younger content creators, the effect that it has on them. A lot of them, are going to lose a lot of their livelihoods and a lot of their hobbies and stuff like that. So really do understand where a lot of you are coming from with this. So kind of I'm here to, if you have any questions about the social media ban or anything you want to ask me before you get banned, go ahead, ask me now or forever hold, forever hold your peace. So it's been so the social media ban, so Instagram, TikTok, and most other places, so like Twitch, even though no one watches me on Twitch, like two people like watch me on Twitch, and this is I could in theory put Twitch onto here, but I'm not doing that. I'm just not bothering to do that, you know. But yeah, but with this, but with YouTube, you will still be able to watch the videos on here. So that's kind of a little way of getting around it, to still be able to watch all the stuff, but you won't be able to like, you won't be able to comment, you won't be able to subscribe or anything like that. You just gotta just watch out and see when the videos come up, and just watch from there. And I know that this is at the moment a very divisive issue, especially with people my age and younger, and well, people all across the country. 98% of you are from Australia, so yeah, so there's going to be a lot of people, and on YouTube more instead of Instagram, TikTok. It's kind of, the audience is spread out a little bit. This is kind of a little bit of an insight into my analytics and stuff like that. But YouTube, there's a lot more people who watch my content on there who are under 16. So I know that especially for people who watch me on YouTube, they're going to be considerably affected by this. And I also think that there's other ways around, I think there's other ways that the social, to prevent, some of the negative aspects of the algorithm on social media, because at the moment it's not the best, nowhere even remotely the best. and there is also a lot of there's algorithm and also mental health, cyberbullying, or that is a real problem. I experienced it a lot myself when I was when I was younger, when I was under 16. So I understand where people are coming from this, but I think that I just believe that but I think that just blanket ban everyone under 16 could cause issues, which we've been seeing. There's been a lot of content creators. I'll mention a couple of them: T-Sets Transport, Millennium Transit, Sydney MTBL, Metro Train Bus Lover, who's mainly on Instagram under the branding Jack O'Kill. And there's also been Cockatoo Transit, also known as Aussie Rail YT as well, run by Lachlan, and T-Sets Transport run by Elliot as well. So I know that a lot of them have been like, T-Sets Transport's found other ways around it, but I know that a lot of those channels, which I know has been quite popular with a lot of people who also watch Ahead Matthew Awesome as well, I know that a lot of them are going to be considerably affected as well. So I'm kind of using this as an opportunity. If anyone has any questions about the social media ban or anything else that I do, go ahead, or if you have your opinions or stuff like that, this is kind of a good opportunity, a good opportunity to have, to talk about it, discuss it, while you're still allowed to. You got 20 minutes to go. Until it's all too late. So we're 21 minutes. We're about to get to 20 minutes now. So we'll do like a full-on countdown, to the end, and we'll do like a full-on Auld Lang Syne and all of that, because I want to be posh. Like, look at this grand piano. This is not real, by the way. I wish I lived in a lovely, beautiful house like this. It'd be amazing, but it's pretty obvious, especially you see all this here. That's a trampoline. But there's boxes there, which is why I'm moving things around. We're moving things around. So one person has asked, hang on. Oh, I can. Things with StreamYard has changed. Like, I don't know why I still have a StreamYard account. I thought I got rid of it. But I just logged in and it just worked. And so that's weird. But Ali's Transport Vlogs has said, so started off with, let's hope my channel doesn't get removed for sure. And then, will our YouTube accounts get deactivated until we turn 16 or get deleted? So from what I'm aware of, I've, with YouTube, the accounts are just simply going to get deactivated. So that means that you won't be able to. So if you're under 16, they'll ask, if YouTube thinks that you're under 16, which is based off the content that you make. Like, if you look young, not me. I've got like saggy eyes here. But Mr. Saggy Eyes. I was called Mr. Peanut on TikTok, but you can call me Mr. Saggy Eyes. But yeah, so we had so if you're under if you're under 16 and your IDs and stuff like that, prove that you're under 16, your account will get deactivated. And then when you turn 16, because like with the IDs and stuff like that, they can like if you do like the ID check, say it shows your date of birth, so they'll then be able to like say for example, with me, say for example, someone's born, let's say born on the, on the 20, so like say for example, on the 21st of August 2010, let's say that. So that means that on the 21st of August 2026, next year, they will be allowed to, God, people born in 2010 or 15, crap. It shows bloody old Gen Z here, Gen Z here. 21st of August 2026, boom, you'll get your account back. So that's kind of what what will be happening with that. So the videos, you won't be able to see your videos. No one else will be able to see them. But when you turn 16, boom, they'll just magically return back, and it's like nothing's happened. We like a time capsule. Might be interesting for some people. So they won't get deleted. They won't get deleted, but they will get deactivated. And if you want to watch a YouTube video, it will be not signed in. You can't be signed in, because it's kind of the main purpose is to prevent your content being influenced by the algorithm. So, by the way, Cockatoo Transit, I was mentioning Lachlan from Cockatoo Transit. Lachlan's been doing great work with, he was interviewed alongside Jack as well, with the ABC. With the ABC did a fantastic job giving the point of view of young transport content creators and other younger content creators as well under 16, their effects on on social media. It's a great report by the ABC after midnight. Well, some of you won't be allowed to anymore, but but if you are allowed to, check out the ABC News report after this. But he was actually it was actually mentioned in the report because Meta who own Meta is the parent company of Instagram, Facebook, Threads, all that. They started deactivating accounts over a week ago, while other ones are going to be starting from in 16 minutes time. So what happened with that was that they just went and but I think they brought Lachlan, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but they brought in the team to hopefully a house that hopefully is as nice as this fake grand piano over here. But yeah, they got you in on the same day that that your account was supposed to get deactivated, and it just didn't. It was all it was all fine in the end. I will send a link through the chat. It will just be a moment while I try. Oh no, YouTube. No, I want YouTube. Oh my god, I can't use the bloody internet anymore. I haven't been on this bloody desktop in so long. Okay, actually, I'll show you. So basically, what's going to happen, because I'm in an I'm in an spaghetti-o situation with this. But yeah, so I'm going to share this Chrome tab here. So this is basically what's going to happen from tonight. So in 15 minutes time, counting down now, 15 minutes time. This is what if you're under 16, this is what it will look like for you on YouTube. So when you signed out, the algorithm has no effect on it whatsoever. And then we're going to go over to what was it again? We have you should still be able to watch all the videos and shorts on the main YouTube page. The ones that are set for Made for Kids can also be watched on YouTube Kids, which is exempt from the social media ban. But you can't then see the ones that are designated not Made for Kids, which is actually for 13 and under. That's how it's all set up through Copper. So that's all through Copper. Through the Copper ban, which was a whole other controversy in itself about 5 years ago with YouTube. So we're going to go to what was it again? Young Australians prepare for the social. So young Australians. God hates Australia. Young Australians prepare for the social media ban. So here we go. So that's Facebook.
How many apps does it take to?
Oh my God! What? Oh God! What the hell is that? Okay, so this is
Run your tradies.
that's not.
Connect Team cuts
So-
chaos, saves hours, and keeps.
No, please, no, God Almighty. But yeah, so I'm just gonna send the link through now. So that's been through the chat. So yeah. So yeah, skip the ad. So this is basically
bracing for the worst.
What it will look like on here. So
that's unexpected, actually.
But for many, like 15-year-old Lachlan.
So you'll see that. Watch that after the live stream. Don't leave now. But basically, what's going to happen is that you'll still be able to watch the videos. Like here we go. Whoop-de-doo. You can see everything. So you can see why high school teachers are getting younger and younger. Australia's social media ban work with parents and teenagers. I wasn't put on there. Sky News. If you want to watch Sky News, go ahead. You can watch that. You can do that. Hold on, excuse me. Sorry, someone got really. I'm so sorry. We'll keep going. Yeah, we will keep going even with the massive amount of disruptions taking place. So you can see, well, comments are turned off because that's just what the ABC does. But if I try and like the video, like this video, sign in to make your opinion count. And if you sign in, well, too bad with that. So if we go to another video, so let's say we go to 10 News, which they were talking about Lemonade. They have their comments on here. So if I try to, here we go, want to join the conversation, sign in to continue. So you can't you can't comment. And if I try and subscribe to 10 News, which why would anyone do that? But want to subscribe to this channel, you got to sign in. If you can still share the video, you can't want to watch this again later. You have to, if you want to put it on a playlist, you have to sign in. If you want to report a video, you have to sign in. So too bad with that. And then if I want to add it to, you can still add it to the queue. You can, but you can't save. You can't save it onto a playlist. Another social media platform might be getting banned. If you want to download it, you got to have YouTube Premium anyways. Oh my God, what's going on? Anyways, I'll turn that off. But yeah, so that's basically what it will look like for you in 10 minutes time if you are under 16 on YouTube. So you'll still be able to watch. You'll still be able to watch. Watch what I'm doing, but you're not allowed to interact. You're not allowed to subscribe. You're not allowed to comment. You're not allowed to like. There are other ways around it. So yeah. Here we go. So there's been a couple people who have asked about a couple of other questions. So yeah. So again, unless if you've gotten around the ban, there's been quite a lot of demonstrated, tried and tested and proven methods of being able to dodge the social media ban. So 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes to go. So I'm busy on the weekend. So this is New Year's Eve if it was 1984, war is peace, freedom is slavery. War is peace, freedom is slavery. That's that's kind of what we're kind of in at the moment. So we've got 18 people watching at the moment. Hello to the 18 people watching at the moment. Again, if you have any questions about the social media ban or anything else that's, anything else about what I do before you lose access to this, either say it now or forever hold your peace. By the way, so many people asked me on Instagram if I was going to get banned or not. No, I'm 19. I'm not getting banned. TikTok tried and they failed. I survived. So, yeah. So there's that. So would that be, who is prepared for the absolute chaos that will ensure tomorrow? I am. Dun dun, dun dun, dun dun. I am. I'm ready for the full-on riot that's going to be right outside of my house, and maybe Attica Wells as well. I'll be ready to, I'll be ready with all the protests outside of me. Stop the ban or go the ban. Either stop the ban or go the ban, and see how much of a riot there's going to be here in Turramurra. But yeah, so bypassing. I don't recommend doing it. There are ways around it, but I do not recommend doing it because I'm a proper Upper North Shorean citizen. I like to follow the rules. If you don't like following the rules, why not? But that didn't come from me. Majora masks music. Okay, those people need to get banned from social media. No, just kidding. So what else has been happening? So Wennon explained a little bit about this earlier. And then where are we going? So if again, if you come on, you've got to go, so we're going to, so come on, so we got we have so someone asked here, Matthew, are you excited about getting your first job, or is youth parliament your first? You make your whole thing so confusing to me when I discuss it to my family. because I know you spoke about it at the Metro event. For me, it's kind of, it kind of just doesn't, for me, it's kind of a complicated situation. I can't even explain it to my own family properly. They go, what is social media? What is social media? What's YouTube? What's Facebook? What's Instagram? That's my parents. They kind of don't know too much. Well, they know, they know a lot, just not social media. Just not social media. They know about a lot of things and they're great, but they don't know social media, and they also don't know how to stay quiet in the house. At least Darla does. My dog here. Hi, Darla. Come on. I'll actually move this down. Here we go. Here's you can see why it's a mess, but that's a dog there. That's Darla. She's very good. She's she's very respectful and doesn't disturb anyone. She does not disturb anyone. She doesn't she doesn't disturb anyone. She doesn't do, any of that. But it's even complicated to describe it to my own family, what I do like fully properly. Because I'm kind of half self-employed. I'm half not. I work with, Why New South Wales and with CID, Council of Intellectual Disability, CIDA, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Youth Action, the Attorney General's Department for a little while, last month. And I also, what else is there? And then there's also, I'm kind of going like Paul Ryan here, education, transfer. Well, what's the third one? What's the third one? Education, immigration. What's the third one? I've forgotten the third one. The third thing that I needed to cut. So. But yeah, so we have so CIDA, CID, and quite a few other organizations. I will put in here as well for anyone who is interested. There's currently applications at the moment, and it's an amazing program. It's an amazing program that they got. It's Youth Parliament New South Wales. Applications are open until the 4th of January. So the applications close on the 4th of January. It's an amazing program. The New South Wales Youth Parliament, National Youth Parliament, the first inaugural National Youth Parliament, applications are already closed for that at the moment. But definitely apply. Apply for that program. If you have to be 16 to apply. I'm sorry for everyone under 16 that are about to get kicked out and won't be able to. But if you're between 16 and 18, so year 10 to year 12 in New South Wales, I'd highly recommend to apply for the program. It's life-changing that. no. The ticket sold out before I felt confident enough to go. So here we go. So I was mentioning like Elliot T-Sets Transport here. So he's another fantastic under 16 creator here. He's finding he's been able to find ways around, but he runs a great channel with that. Transporter 7 says, what is your favorite ride at Luna Park? It used to be Dodgem City because that was like the first one that I could go on without being terrified. But Big Dipper, like if you're the first person to be on any roller coaster or any ride anywhere, you are going to, that is going to become your favorite ride. I was able to become it was back in 2021, which, by the way, I would have been under 16 if that was still happening. So Big Dipper, I was the first person to go on that. I might see it go out at Stratford. I don't know. It's a busy day Sunday for me, so I don't know what's going to happen. But anyways, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. And at the when we're at the end, we're going to do a full-on Auld Lang Syne. See you later. Congratulations, all of that jazz. Because we're cool. So I'm just gonna. Whoa, why is that happening? So we want to put that just in the background because we want to. Yeah, we don't want it to go too crazy left. Yeah. So here we go. So we are going to. Okay, we got. Oh, okay, I've got to count. So we will count down from 10. With that because I only got that on the banners here, so you can see like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So we got 1 more minute to go. 1 more minute to go until the social media ban is in place. 50 seconds, everyone. In case of you all get kicked out, thank you so much again for all of your support over the past many years. Everyone who's under 16. Thank you so much for your support. I really, honestly, even if you've asked me to go to Panania Station way too many times. Thank you so much to everyone for your continued support, and I really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. It really means so much. So thank you so much, everyone, and I hope to see you all on the other end. So we got 15 seconds to go. 15 seconds at the moment. I got it all counting down on here. Here we go. So we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep, there we go. It's midnight. It's midnight on Wednesday, the 10th of December, 2025, and that means that the social media ban is now enacted. In Australia, in the Commonwealth of Australia. So that is 12 a.m. on the 10th of December, 2025, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. No, that's.
Your car. Oh, and don't worry, we are totally
Disney Plus. Here we go. 94 Auld Lang Syne. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and never syne? For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. I'll let the much better singer to do the rest of this. Above the slopes and plains the daisies high, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. I'm gonna put this in my Instagram stories. Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for Auld Lang Syne. I'll let the student
be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne, old lang syne.
Oh my god, that was close. I thought that I got banned for a moment there. Oh my god. We couldn't even get to the bloody end of the song. Couldn't even get to the bloody end of the song without nearly getting banned. Oh my god. You know, Auld Lang Syne, you're singing Auld Lang Syne. You must be definitely under 16. Banned. But yeah, so we got it's, you know, it's not gonna, you know, like, you know, Annika Wells, if you want to find YouTube $50 million and put it into the Talamar Town Centre project, please do it now, because they are currently breaking the law. You know, it's currently breaking the law. So, yeah, so here we go. So you know, just gained 3 more subscribers. And then, okay, and here we go. Now it's starting to kick in, you know. Lost one, you know. Okay, one person who is under 16 in all of Australia. All of Australia, one person under 16. So, okay, but we already got one person. Reddit gone already. Ban cancelled. Sorry, everyone. It was, you know, didn't happen. It's all gone. So yeah, so there we go. They're gonna have. Oh my god, they're gonna get a lot of $50 million fines now. Oh god, but you know, we'll keep going for a little while. We'll keep, you know, let's see how many people get banned over the next couple minutes. Oh, by the way, I know, you know, this is. Oh my god. Let's see what's happening with I don't actually have access to it on this desktop. Because weird things are going on with this desktop. It really needs replacement. It's actually got 2,145 subscribers at the moment. Which is about the same as usual, apparently. Nobody subscribed on the 7th of December. That's sad. So yeah, so there's been, oh my god. But by the way, just to, if you know, like, it's, you know, just to clarify here, because I'm stingy like this. I'm annoying like this. Okay, so you know, if you're under 16 and the social media channels don't ban you, then you're fine. So yeah, so you're fine. You know, you're not going to get into trouble if you have a social media account, because it's the onus. It's the onus. So it is the social media company's job to make sure that there's proper age verification checks and that they are removing people under the age of 16. Those companies get fined over $50 million. So you're not going to get into trouble. You're not going to have like the AFP, the AFP or ASIO, storm through. AFP, open the door, and just go through with that. But I think that with the social, but I think that there could be an issue where you have social media channels where they go, like, something really bad happens to you, especially on Discord and Roblox, because they're hell on earth. Sorry. I know people are going to get upset with me, but Roblox and Discord are hell. They are awful places. They really should be a part of a social media ban. so what happens is that what happens. I have bad experiences with Roblox and Discord from a long time ago. We're talking like 6 years ago now, 7 years ago. That's the first time I've ever done that bloody reference on here. Back when I used to make these videos, and most people just counted 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But now I can't go. Now I can't go anywhere without going 6, 7, 8, 9. I sound like a bloody politician doing that. But yeah. So we got but it's but we could have a situation where you have the social media social media channels going, like social media organizations going, hang on, but you're under 16. I know something really bad happened to you against our terms of service, but you shouldn't be on here. So we don't claim any responsibility for what's going on, which really shouldn't be the case. But they might not happen. So here we go. My comments are very slow. Here we go. This is what's happened. This is kind of what's happening. So yeah. No, don't do it. Well, it's too late. It's too late. But yeah, so we have survivor's bias. So we got here we go. So we got what's happening. I know a couple people lost 5 subscribers already. 5 gone already. So they're starting up now. But yeah, so here we go. So I'm over 17 and fine for some reason. Well, you're 17, so you're all good. You're all good in the eyes of in the eyes of the social media overlords. You're all good. So yeah. So there was but yeah, so originally, like most social media channels, mainly because and the only reason why it was set up in this way was because of the COPPA legislation in the US, which requires that that you can't take any personal information from anyone under 13 online. That's been legislation in the US for a long time. There was controversy when YouTube had to follow those laws. So that's why it's 13. It's nothing to do really with child developmental safety. It's just because in the US they're not allowed to take private information from young children. But anyone 13 and over is all good. America. But yeah, so we have. Oh my God, what the hell have I done? What the hell have I done here? Oh my God, what? Oh my God. Oh my God, what the hell have I done here? Okay, so we got so so that's kind of why it was 13. But I know there's, especially for people between that like for people under 13, it's kind of already the rules, but people get around it anyways. I know plenty of people who get through that very easily with that under 13 rule. But now with it being 16, there could be other things that might be happening. And definitely between that 13 to 16 range, it's definitely going to cause a lot of problems. VPNs, I wouldn't recommend it. I need to keep myself legally protected here. In my beautiful McMansion with a grand piano here, which is definitely and my fireplace here, which is definitely real and not fake. I need to keep this going. I'm legally not allowed to recommend it, but that is a way around. So you cooked yourself. Oh my, yeah. But we got, we'll be, we'll see, like officially it's, it's on now, but again, with any kind of legislation, it doesn't just change at 12:01 a.m. It takes time. And there's been as well a whole 12-month transition as well that's been happening between, because the legislation was passed in the previous parliament, in federal parliament, so we're currently in the 48th Parliament. This was the 47th Parliament. So past the 47th Parliament, past the 47th Parliament, Labor had a smaller majority back then. But yeah, so what happens that, so 47, so the 47th Parliament passed the legislation, and there was pretty much, after it was signed off by the Governor General, which was on the 10th of December 2024, the clock started counting down. Because if he did it like the next day, no one could set up like all the, facial checks and ID checks and all of that in one day. That's not going to happen. So that's what's been happening. So we got like keeping, keep in mind it's 12 past 12 in the morning. I'm not expecting for anybody to be enthusiastically going, oh my God, there's another Ahead Matthew awesome video at 12 minutes past 12 in the morning. Well, now 13 minutes past 12 in the morning. I'm not expecting anyone to be anywhere even remotely interested in watching my stuff at 13 minutes past 12, unless if it's like New Year's Eve. But this is kind of New Year's Eve like energy. But 1984. War is peace, freedom is slavery. Eurasia has always been our enemy. Eurasia has always been our ally and has also always been our enemy. So there was, the Tramway Festival. I remember that. Yeah, there was there was like a Tangara that broke down and all of that. That was causing issues. But yeah, here we go. So here we go. So we got everyone's leaving now. This is this is sad. This is sad. Like I'm surprised. 12 people are watching me at midnight on a random Wednesday. There's school tomorrow. There is school in the morning, fellows. Fellows. Oh my God, why did I say fellows? But yeah, so at the moment, there's been no decrease in the subscriber count. There's been a decrease in the viewer count, but I don't know whether that's just been, it's been a political stunt, fellows. It's been a political stunt. Another political stunt by Barnaby Joyce and Pauline Hanson and everyone else on the face of the earth. It's all been a political, cheap, nasty political stunt, Mr. Speaker. It's been a nasty political stunt, Mr. Speaker. Like, how awful has this been? They've been taunting and traumatizing the children of Australia, of the Commonwealth of Australia, but then they decide at the end, no, we just wanted to just go after them, We thought it'd be fun. So yeah. The only people watching my train videos are over 65. Should I be concerned? They're probably all on their grandparents' accounts. That's probably what's going on. No social media, no school, no phones in school anymore. No phones at school anymore as well. I used to be allowed to have mobile phones in high school back in my day. Screw it, I'm pulling an all-nighter. Please don't pull an all-nighter, please. One Nation hoax, or it might be Katta's Australia party. midnight. Happy days are at an end, my friends. Oh, that's what I should have done at the end. At like 0, I should have just played Happy days are at an end, my friends. Happy days are at an end. You better stand up, represent your people, or you're going to lose your seat. Well, in this situation, it's happy days are at an end, my friends. Happy days are at an end. You better stand up. Touch some grass. You're losing your social media privileges. That's how it should be. 80% Samsung fridges. Oh my God. Samsung fridges. So there's like this one kid. There's this one kid using their grandparents' YouTube account to watch train videos, to watch train videos on on a Samsung fridge. Oh my god! Gotta love that. Gotta love that. You know, it's gotta love it. Okay, Kevin. So it's India and Japan. Okay, Kevin. So luckily for your viewers, they won't be affected as much. Well, unless if India and Japan follow suit. You know, you want to join the Commonwealth of Australia? Want to join us in this social media revolution, or the Metro revolution? Join the Metro. We joined India and Japan's Metro revolution. You are about to join the Metro revolution with the opening of Melbourne's new Metro tunnel. Actually, more like Crossrail in London than Sydney Metro. You know, but yeah, normally kids are addicted to the fridge for a week. They never thought about it again. You get a gold star. You get a gold star for that. So here we go. Now things are starting to happen now. Things are starting to happen. It's all going downhill. Happy days are at an end, my friends. Happy days are at an end. This piano, hang on. This piano is definitely real. Like, look, here we go. I'm playing on the piano. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. And I'm starting the fireplace. Like that. I'm watching Sky News on this TV. You know, I got my own little study space where I'm able to, to record voiceovers in there. Voiceovers, which means that I can get more full-length content on there. I'm being sarcastic. Thoughts on the Southwest Metro opening. It'll happen eventually, and it'll be good. It'll be good than the Southwest Link right now, where it's shut. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening there. So yeah, so here we go. Any tips for better quality videos than what I have currently? Also, how should I improve my channel content? Should I stop uploading VSETs and focus on loud whistles from steam locomotives? Like, VSET videos have been becoming quite popular lately, especially because they're about to go. They'll be gone by Easter. The VSET. So if you want to go on a VSET, you've got I'm going to be like that poor doctor, and I'm coming up to give the VSET to terminal diagnosis. VSETs. You have 10 weeks left to live. But what about my affairs? What about my what about my my wife and my children and my grandchildren as well? What's going to happen to them? Well, you got 10 weeks left to live. So here we go. So yeah, they'll be gone by Easter. So definitely do something about that. How to survive Bankstown rain at 1 a.m. You don't. Oh, train. Have Howard Collins and Matt Longman with you, and you'll be fine. So that's kind of with that. E. I can. Here we go. Rush E on here. Dun 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 dun. There we go. Going nuts. Well, this is what happens when you do a live stream at 12:20 a.m. You just go like this. Dun 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 dun. Oh, even hang on. This is what I should do. Here we go. Hang on. Actually, I might get copyright strike, so I probably shouldn't do that. Yeah. They're gonna copyright strike me if I do that. If if I put it on there. Dun, 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 dun. How to survive a Bankstown plane. Well, there is the airport there. Buy a plane, fly a plane, become a pilot, use it as your house. There we go. So you can survive on a Bankstown plane at Bankstown Airport in the morning. Okay, Kevin. So there's, I am, here we go. I like the Mariongs because I can charge my phone on my way home after a long day in Sydney. I agree. Like, with the only problem with Apple iPhones like this here, with like an Apple 12 midnight. Here we go. Old Lang Syne again. Old Lang Syne, my dear. Happy days are at an end, my friends. So but you know, this thing dies extremely quickly, especially when you're using the camera, you know, for like videos and stuff like that. It dies extremely quickly. So it's definitely definitely, you know, it's great having, you know, it's amazing having that charging port. The Metro has them too, but they're like at the ends of the trains and no one knows about them except when I make a video about them and everyone goes, oh my god, people are going to steal your personal data if you use those charging ports. You know, Sydney Metro conspiracy. So here we go. So yeah, the band forgot about itself. Yeah, you know. Let me actually double check. Hello. Oh god. Wait a minute. Hello. Social media ban. Where are you? Social media ban. Have you forgotten to ban people? Social media ban. Social media ban. Come in here now. Come in here now and explain to people right now, explain to people why you haven't banned people yet. If you want to stay in your room, mate, that's up to you. That's up to you. So, yeah. I'll be a really awful parent when I grow up. Sorry, kids, when you watch this in the future and you learn about the history of the social media ban and that I was all a part of it. Sorry, kids, this is how you find out that I'm an awful and very strict parent. No, I'm sorry, mate, no. That kind of attitude will not be tolerated in this house. I don't care whether you're the social media ban yourself or not. You are staying in your room. You have the opportunity to come on out and explain to people, not just explain to myself, but explain to the 9 other people watching this. And you don't like it? Too bad. So, yeah. Get me a NIDA. So, yeah, get me a NIDA. So we'll see what happens. I am not putting an all-nighter about this. It is going to happen over time, but we just know that it's going to be in effect from now onwards. And we've done the lockdown. That's child abuse. I shouldn't do that. So yeah, but that's this is it. So been on, we've been live for 56 minutes and 20 seconds now. This is the new age of the social media ban. You still alive in there? Hey, you still alive in there? No one shot you? No one's gone after you in there? Okay. Oh my god. But anyway, so this is the new, the new age of social media, the new age of social media here in Australia, with the social media ban for people under the age of 16 now in effect. Anyone under the age of 16, you'll slowly, once social media ban comes out of its room, in this beautiful mansion that is definitely real and not fake. But yeah, so, which is definitely real and not fake. This is definitely a real mansion. I live in the Upper North Shore. This is how everyone certainly lives in the Upper North Shore. No one lives in quite desperate situations. So this is this is the new age of the social media ban now for people if you're on Instagram and TikTok, too bad, you're out. You're not going to be on social media. So you're not going to be on there until you're 16. On YouTube, you'll still be able to watch the stuff that I maybe just won't be able to like, subscribe. As we mentioned earlier, I'll mention, here we go. I'll show again. here we go. Here's Rushy. Okay. Okay. They're going to think that I'm under 16. I should probably choose something different. But this is kind of, here we go. So now that I started watching some videos, they kind of, you can kind of see what I've been watching. My first day in Australia was a culture shock. So hang on. Let's watch one of my videos. We can stay safe with that. Ahead, Matthew. Awesome. Here we go. Oh, there's me. Hi, me. The child safe text. I'm making a lot of crappy videos. Well, no. Like I made some good stuff. Like I, you should watch these kinds of like leadership panels and all that. They're they're pretty cool. Ew. Steals my private chair and censors my camera. New South Wales, the M4's crap. At Ahead, Matthew Awesome, Sydney bus, just me randomly appearing and Phil randomly appearing in different places. That's me and Chatswood. I had to do a whole parliamentary inquiry because of that video there. I had to do a whole I had to participate in a whole parliamentary inquiry because of that video. I'm not kidding. 12 car VZ. So let's say we rode 14 lines in 14 days at 4K MZ. Oh my god. Here's my friend. Millennium Transit is about to get bad. So oh my god, there's So let's add some spice to the Sydney metros. We can kind of see. We want to. So we want. Whoa! Here we go. So we want to like the video. Can't like the video. We want to dislike it. You can't do that. If you can see the comments, but want to join the conversation, you can't do that. You can't remix the video either. You can still share it. You can't report it. If you really hate my videos, no, you can't. You can't report it. If you want to send feedback, you can, but no. Like, Ahead Matthew Awesome's videos are fantastic. You should watch them. Save to the playlist. You can't do that. You got to sign in to do that. So that's kind of the situation that's going to be happening. I was on that train. I got invited to to go on that train. That was cool. That 170th anniversary train. We did a full on reenactment. We did a full on reenactment of of the first train that left on the 26th of September 1855 between Sydney Station and Parramatta, which is kind of around Granville now, but we went into Parramatta itself. So we kind of went further than the first train, but we did the best that we could. So we left at the same time, on the same day, 170 years afterwards, and it was pretty cool. We had like the minister there. We had John Graham there, the transport minister. We also had the CEO of Trainlink. We also had the CEO of Sydney Trains, Matt Longland. We also had the CEO of Transport Heritage New South Wales. We also had a lot of other people with that. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, so the band be hiding in the fireplace. No. You in the fireplace? No, you're not hiding in the fireplace. Okay. In real life, that's actually an egg chair. That's actually a stepladder and an egg chair. I'm not joking. And over there, the piano is actually a big old TV screen and laundry. And that TV there's a trampoline. I'm not joking. And that there is a hallway that way. Actually, there is actually a hallway in real life. So I will. So my favorite place in Sydney is Luna Park because I love the view and it's just a great vibe there. I agree with you. The staff there at Luna Park are fantastic there. But yeah, so getting on a Bankstown Line train. Like, I've done a Bankstown Line train at 1 a.m. in the morning, but I was with Howard Collins and I was with Matt Longman and I had a, beefy security team. So I was all good. But this is, so pretty much, again, anyone who's under 16, if you sign in, they're going to tell you, they're going to tell you, they're going to ask, they don't think that you're under 16 based off your, hang on. So they don't think that you're under 16 based off your, based off what you're watching. So if you're watching a lot of Cocomelon videos, then that's why, that's, like if you watch Cocomelon, dun, 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 banned. That's, that's what's happening. So yeah, so that will be, with the social media ban, so you'll be, you'll be asked to do either face ID check, or, so they just scan your face and they just think, are you young? You're not young. Do you look over 16? Do you look over under 16? Yeah, and then they just decide from that. Otherwise, they just decide from that. But otherwise, then you can like do ID checks and passport checks and stuff like that, which has like your full ID, and they can kind of double check things, cross check things. But that, but there are some controversies with that, as we know about. So yeah, so did I miss any? I missed this. Welcome to the new world, social media ban park. Take me out to social media ban park just for, I can't say fun. Just to touch grass. God, I've got too much brain rot going. Sweet Caroline. So I'm going to end with, which is how I should have done the full countdown with, but I'm going to end with this. Here we go. So I'm going to end it with this. So here we go. So I'm going to end the video with this before, as we head on off now. Yes, it's this guy. I'm sorry. It is this guy. It is this guy who I'm going to mention. This guy.
Happy days are at an end, my friends. Happy days are at an end. You're going to have to stand up and represent your people, or you're going to lose your seat. We're coming after you.
We're coming after you. Yeah, we are coming after you in the Catters Australia Party. Look, Catters Australia Party there. We're coming after you. We're coming after the social media ban. So I had to do that. But happy days are at an end, my friends. Happy days are at an end. You got to stand up. You got to stand up, touch some grass. You're losing your social media privileges. We're coming after you. So yeah, so that is, so that will be, and you can watch YouTube Kids and all that, and free Robux. Yeah, stuff like that. You can watch YouTube Kids, but like really anyone 13 to 16, do you really want to use YouTube Kids? Like my sister, my younger sister here, she doesn't want to use YouTube Kids. Like, she watches she watches the Wiggles a lot, but even she doesn't want to watch YouTube Kids, because she goes, because even though she's nonverbal, she gives us a look saying, I'm 17. Come on. I'm 17. Come on. I'm not using YouTube Kids. Come on. So yeah. That was personal. But yeah, so yeah. Then yeah, here we go. I would rather watch K-pop Demon Hunters than YouTube Kids. Here we go. Here's the passion that we got. Here's the passion that we got. Here's the passion that we got here. So, happy days. But you gotta watch YouTube Kids. You gotta watch YouTube Kids now, folks. Between 13 and 16, you gotta use YouTube Kids now. So, happy days are truly at an end. What a mood swing. But yeah, so here we go. So it's kind of, yeah, so we got preaching to the choir. Let's go. Start a revolution. We're gonna take over the bloody Catters Australia Party. It's I'm gonna take over, gonna do a full-on revolution of the Catters Australia Party. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, so but yeah, so that, oh god, but yeah, anyways, but thank you so I said this early in the night, just before we got to 12 o'clock, but I do really want to I don't know, I used one of their songs once for Golden during the back at the end of August. I used it for one of my videos, which I did I publish it onto YouTube? I've kind of forgotten. Yeah, going, up, and all that. I made like a big old speech, and the National Leadership Forum in Canberra. So, hang on, I've been streaming for. I can't get away from this. I can't ever get away from this. Like, oh my god, I can't get away from this. I can't get away from this. Well, actually, better now. 8-9. Oh, French. Oh my god. This is God. I had someone from Youth Parliament this year who couldn't stop saying 6-7, and I met up with her. I met up with her last week, meeting my centre, and yeah, she couldn't stop talking about 6-7, and it's actually pretty obvious. Here we go. If you thought the obsession with K-pop Demon Hunters was bad, consider yourselves lucky it wasn't like the Minecraft movie. I'm sorry, I made a video about Lava Chicken. I'm sorry, I did make a video about Lava Chicken. I did make a video about that. I'm very sorry about that. Lava chicken. Steve's Lava Chicken. Yeah, it's tasty as hell. And we're going to take over the Catters Australia party with Lava Chicken. Oh my god. God, if Bob Catter's team see this, they're going to kill me. I won't be allowed to see him ever. I'll be banned from all of Cloncurry. I'll be banned from all of Cloncurry and Mount Isa. I won't be allowed to go up to Cloncurry or Mount Isa ever again, or Townsville. I won't be able to go up that magic new travelator that they got up in Townsville. That Bob Katter opened up. I'm not kidding. Bob Katter opened it up himself. Favorite Lebanese politician. So, a favorite Lebanese politician, was in Townsville. In Townsville, opened up a new travelator, which was a big deal in their shopping center. Was to open up this travelator, and and he went up the travelator and he fought a crocodile. He fought a crocodile on there, like it was like something that I swear was AI generated, but no, it was real. It was a real thing. You thought, oh, that's Sora AI 2, my main prime enemy in competition, in all this. But yeah, so it's just kind of, yeah. Might use childhood suits. Alpha blocks. Chicken Jockey. Here we go. Yeah, that was the other one. Chicken Jockey. Oh my god, Chicken Jockey. Oh my god, I've destroyed the whole world saying that. Oh my god. But yeah, so oh my god, childhood shows. I had quite a few favorite ones. The one that used to give me nightmares was the bloody Numberjacks. Was the Numberjacks, especially like bloody Spooky Spoon and the Number Taker. I used to have like nightmares of the Number Taker, like taking me away, like to take me out through the ceiling, all of that. Bloody Number Taker, Number Taker. Watch Humans of Eastwood daily, like the full-on chronological series, like Hi Justin Lee. If you're watching this, hi Justin. So the top right escalators, they don't work. There's a full-on chronological series that you might have. Actually, Justin, I want to do a collab with you about the top right escalators. My audience want to hear about the top right escalators. We are doing a collab. Next time I am at a Ride Council meeting, we are doing a collab. So I'm going to end it with that. Thank you so much to everyone for watching, and again, truly, thank you so much to to everyone for your support. Over the years, I really, really, truly do appreciate it, and it really means so much your support. And thank you so much to everyone over the years that has come up and said hi and have a chat and all that. And hope it continues on into the future, even if some of my audience may not be able to access my content as much as they would have had earlier. But yeah, and hopefully, I hope that this, I really hope, I don't agree with everything. Hang on, I can show comments on the stage. I can do this. I can do this. I can have this here. Okay, we're going to leave that up for a moment. We're going to leave that up for just a quick moment, but I just want to say, truly, thank you so much. Even though that I don't fully agree. Like I understand where they're coming from. Like the people who've been advocating, you know, the 36 months campaign, it comes from real direct lived experience. A lot of the people, you know, the main people running the 36 months campaign have been, you know, a lot of them are either parents or students themselves who have gone through significant mental health harm from, from some of the quite strongly negative aspects of social media. What I've been trying to do, and I think everyone, you know, has been trying to, to do, is to try and protect the positive aspects of social media. But I think we all agree, you know, we don't want to see, we don't want to see young people being harmed. We don't want to see people being, being attacked on social media. We don't want to see predatory algorithms. We don't want to see, young children getting harassed and bullied online. We don't want to see that. But there's just kind of other ways of being able to, we want to, good idea. I might do that. But yeah, so I might, so hopefully in the, hopefully in the future, hopefully I hope that this will work. Hang on, I can change the format of this. Medium, big, tall, wide. This is cool. Wow. Okay then. That's cool. I've got to, I got to remember that. But I really, I want this. I want this to have the best outcome for young people. I don't know if this will, but I hope it does. I hope that we got the best outcome, because I really don't want to see, young people go through the bullying and harassment that I've seen so many other young people go through, online, in the online spaces, because they really don't deserve it. Me, I'm an adult now. Who cares? Who cares? Go, go after me. Go after me. Call me Mr. Peanut, or saggy eyes, or autismo, or whatever crap you want to talk about. I'm an adult. Go ahead, do that. But for young children, really, at the moment, no, come for for the sake of for the sake of young people, for the sake of young people, the social media companies, not just here in Australia but across the world, they need to do better. Because they are really, they're really going after, really abusing young people, and it's really not acceptable. So hopefully I'll be, hopefully, even though that I don't, I wish it could be done in a different way that allows for young people to still be able to access social media in a safe and appropriate way, but it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. So there's I got a couple people asking a couple of questions. Probably not. They're too chaotic, and if something goes wrong, then it's my responsibility, and there's just too much chaos that happens with that. So yeah. This is so but yeah, so there was so, and sometimes fire alarms keep going off. Oh yeah. Will the station master please report to the station master's office? Your attention please. Will the station master please report to the station master's office? Your attention please. An emergency situation exists. Would all customers please leave the station as quickly as possible? Attention. An emergency situation exists. Would all customers please leave the station as quickly as possible? So kind of that. But yeah, so platform 9 for the 1:45 Stepford Connect service to Leighton Stepford Road, calling at Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Bowden, Coxley, Benton, Benton Bridge, Hampton Hargate, Water Newton, Rocket Parade, and Leighton Stepford Road. This train is formed of 5 coaches. I haven't played that game in like 6 years, so I think it's changed a lot since then. So yeah. So we got, you know, if you see me around, just come up and say hi. Like, here I am. Hi. You know, just coming up and say hi. Unless if I'm like running for my life, trying to get on a train or trying to run to an appointment or something like that, then maybe not a good idea. But you know, if you just see me just standing around doing nothing, come up and say hi. Always happy for a chat. Take a selfie. Autographs. I've never been asked for an autograph. You could be the first to do that. But yeah, definitely, always, feel free to come on up. Feel free to come on up and say hi anytime. I'm not a big scary monster, unless if you ask for me, like I know, probably the person who knows this knows what he's getting told off. But I don't care. Unless if you specifically ask me to go to Panania Station, you're good. If you keep calling me and asking me to go, can you come on over to Panania Station? I'll bring Max. I'll bring Caleb. I'll bring Howard Collins. I'll bring Anthony Albanese himself. I'll bring Anthony Albanese to Panania Station. Then, yeah, that's kind of off limits. Oh, if you try and set fire to one of the Bayern station, then get out of my sight. But other than that, it's kind of it's kind of fine. So yeah, but sorry, but yeah, but anyway, it says 12:48 a.m. and Bob Catter sent it. Like, Bob Catter's just been. Hang on, wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa, what am I doing? What the hell am I doing?
Happy day.
Bob Catter's just been chilling here for the whole time. By the way, that's him chilling. Is that? That's him chilling. That's him chilling just up there. It's just that. Happy days are at an end, my friends. Happy days are truly at an end. It truly is at an end, my friends. Happy days are at an end. War is peace, freedom is slavery. Oceania's always been at war with Eurasia. We've always been at war with Eurasia. So there was we're not going to zigzag at 3 a.m. Thank you. But anyways, I am going to we'll keep going for another 11 minutes. I want to see how this goes. I want to keep going for another 11 minutes. Let's see what happens. Let's actually see what happens. Let's keep going for another 11 minutes. Like Bobcat is like, Bobcat, get out of my sight, Bobcat. But it's kind of we'll keep going for another 10 minutes and then we'll pack things up. I'm gonna fade, and I got stuff to do in the morning. I have a life. I have a life. I'm not unemployed. I do have stuff to do in the morning. So we'll keep going for another 10 minutes. Let's see how this all goes, and then that will be that. And even poor Darla. Let me show you this. The dog. Here we go. Darla the dog. Darla the pets therapy guide dog who is completely disappeared. Oh, hold on. Let me show you something. And hopefully Darla doesn't get scared. So this here, God, I thought I got banned for a moment again. But this here, it's not showing up very well with this. Come on, oh my God. There, anyway, here we go. This is a Brother 215 typewriter here. And I just have it on here because I'm rubbish at handwriting. I can kind of then type on paper and not have chaos. Ding, 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 ding. And then we go to then the next slide, the next page. Like that. Like that. And then we go, type, all that. And then we go all the way over to the other end. We go all the way over to the other end here. Ding. That's kind of, showing that you got 10 more, 10 more letters to go through. Back in the day, it was all completely normal. No one asked, no one asked if you were special for having one of these, and you could just carry it around like a laptop. So yeah. So that's just a cool, cool fun fact. That's just a cool fun fact. With that. So yeah. Yeah, not dollar. But yeah, so we got. But yeah, like Taramo is not special. That's that we're actually trying to work in Korean Guide Council to actually make it more special at the moment, because it's not special. It's actually hell on earth. So we're kind of trying to fix things up to make it actually a place that you want to visit. You actually want to make it a place to you want to visit with proper library amenities, proper community facilities. Nice little plaza and some cafes, to hang out in, and markets and festival spaces, and and parks, and and putting the coals underground and putting the car park underground rather than just having it be a ground level hellhole. So that's kind of what's happening, what's happening with that. So that's kind of what I do with council and stuff like that. So yeah. By the way, Bobcat is still doing this. I probably should check up on him in a moment. Something might be happening up with him, so I should probably check that out. I've just noticed this here. I got this as like a birthday present ages ago, and it's just been left here. It's a digital radio player. So it's like from it's it's newer because it's a digital radio DAB. So it's only like a couple of years old, but it's like something from like the 90s, like a full on like a Walkman. So let's turn this on. If it actually still works, it might not. It might actually seriously might not work, because I haven't used this in God knows how long. The batteries are probably dead. Yeah, it's dead. It's like full on dusty with this, so it's dead. Time to throw it in the trash. What else do I have here? Oh my god, this is shows. What, I don't touch this computer area, or I just get out of the house as much as I can. But this is actually a Wii remote. You like people my age will remember. People my age and older will remember playing with the Wii. You got the hand strap here. You put that there. Why have I put it on my left hand? At least left-handers could play with this one. But yeah, so here we go. So with the Wii remote, you just you play your tennis, baseball, and all of that. You could play. I used to play with the Wii as a kid. I got this. I got this secondhand. It was actually my first console. I got this secondhand from a family in Cherrybrook. Gave us this. And yeah, I got this on eBay from a family in Cherrybrook. If you're still around and you watch this stuff, thank you. Thank you for saving my childhood and making my childhood really special with that. So I love love the Wii back in the day. This here is some earbuds from Big Bus, because I get family from overseas and kind of go, let's go on the big bus and we get to go on a trip down to Bondi Beach. How cool is that? So we get to they sometimes ask you to keep them, and I just did, but they are actually really awful earbuds. Don't use them. And then this here is from this pen is from the Transport for New South Wales. It's not showing up on here, but it says, don't trust your tired self. No one should trust their tired self, honestly. People later now. God, how God knows how many fatigue drivers there are at this time of the night. Oh yeah, we also sometimes occasionally get these track work posters. So Sunday the 30th of October, there was track work between Hornsby and Gordon at the moment. So, you know, if you live within 200 meters of a railway line, you know, Transport for New South Wales are legally required to give you these track work posters. So they legally are required with you know, a couple of days before the track work, they're required to within 200 meters if they're going to be specifically working on your section. So like if the line's replaced by buses, they don't care. But if they're specifically working, you know, within 200 meters of, you know, anyone within 200 meters of the line of the section that they're specifically working on, they go, you know, so they tell you, you know, about what they're doing. It's like a full-on list here. So Sydney Trains, this is an old one, so this is from like a long time ago. Sydney Trains is undertaking maintenance between Hornsby and Gordon on Sunday the 30th of October to improve service reliability. We're working on civil track maintenance, overhead wiring preparation works, removal of portal structure, routine signal and electrical maintenance, track defect removal to improve network reliability, track inspection and preventative maintenance. How this affects you, these works may create additional noise at night. Work will take place from 2:15 a.m. to 5:45 a.m. on Sunday the 30th of October. Equipment may be delivered to the worksite outside of the above. Some deliveries may occur at night due to travel restrictions on large vehicles. Diesel work trains will be kept on site and may idle for extended periods. Finishing works may take place following this period, including the removal of equipment, traffic and parking. Heavy vehicles will be using local streets to access the rail corridor. We will park our vehicles inside of the rail corridor where possible, but however, please be aware that on-street parking may be limited near work sites. Traffic controllers will be on duty throughout the works to assist motorists and pedestrians. We apologize for any inconvenience. And thank you for your cooperation during these essential works. And then, you know, contact, you know, and then they have like a phone number if you really like to whinge, whine, and complain, you can contact them. Like, you know, oh my God, Sydney, you know, oh my God, you're doing work at my house at 2:15 in the morning. So here we go. So got an extra 5 subscribers. Social media ban isn't working. Here we go. Here we go. It's going to be 1 hour since the ban in nearly 15 seconds. We're going to do the whole countdown again. So 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there we go. It's been 1 hour since the ban has started. So it's now 1 a.m. in the morning on, you know, so it's 1 a.m. in the morning on Wednesday, the 10th of December, 2025. We also love the Volare. You know, we love the Volare. You know, the Volare. So here we go. So I think this might be where everything's going to go downhill from here. So to end everything off, we're going to use Bob Catter again. We're just going to keep using Bob Catter. Bob Catter is going to be a regular character on here from now on. Let's bring him up. Hey, Bob. What's happening? Hey, Bob, what's happening from today? You know, how should people feel after today?
Happy days are at an end, my friends. Happy days are at an end. You're going to have to stand up and represent your people or you're going to lose your seat. We're coming after you.
So, yep, there we go. So that's, hang on. Now I'm going to sing opera. No, we're not going to learn how to sing opera. But yeah, so anyway, so thank you so much to, again, as I've mentioned like 3-4 times trying to end this, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and really do appreciate all of your support over the years. If you're under 16 and you're losing your account now, I'm so sorry that you're losing your account. And you can still watch via here on YouTube. You can still watch via here on YouTube if you want to, but you just can't like, subscribe, or comment, or you can share the video if you want to. Share it with your friends and family. You just can't like, subscribe, or comment or save it on a playlist or anything like that, and the algorithm won't automatically recommend it to you either. It's going to be harder to find, so you kind of have to search up Ahead Matthew Awesome, and you'll search up this, and you'll be fine. And also check out that ABC News report from earlier. I'm going to bring it up again, the link again, because it is a fantastic report on that. So let me try and bring it up again. I don't know how this is going to go. By the way, apply to Youth Parliament. Do that. Definitely, please do that. It's a fantastic program. And then this is the link for the ABC News report. Really fantastic report, which included 2 friends and 2 fans of the channel, Jack and Lachlan. So definitely, please do check them out. Yeah, you're not. But thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched tonight, and thank you again for your support. Really do appreciate it. Whether you're under 16 or over 16, thank you so much again. And for people who are over 16, stay tuned for more stuff in the future. There'll still be more stuff on here until the AI overlords eventually take over everything. Well, the AI overlords take over everything, and so AI too, and makes my job completely redundant. So thank you so much on that depressing note. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have a great night. Bye for now. I got to put this up, and then you'll just see me disappear. You'll just slowly see me disappear back into the orange wave. So, see ya. Wait a minute. I think that cut off halfway through. See ya. Bye.